Introduction. Do we live a predestined life, or do we have choices? We may ask whether people choose to be who they are, with their struggles, or if their issues come from their unfortunate circumstances. Do children really have any choice to witness family violence or addiction, and how they would be impacted later in life? Does the person struggling with addiction choose to be addicted, or are they also affected by a challenging upbringing or personal struggles? It's important to consider these factors in order to provide effective support and assistance to those in need. Do we truly have the freedom to choose what we want, or are we limited based on certain conditions and predestined factors? Did I really decide to be a male born in Iran in the 60s rather than being born 1,000 years ago in another country? Did I choose my family, how my children look, my height, or the color of my eyes? If I have not moved from Iran to Canada, would I be a therapist, and would I even be writing this book? So it's natural to wonder about the mystery and complexity of who we are and how our lives have shaped us to be the way we are now. How much of where I am now was my choice, or did I just follow where my life and circumstances led me? Different belief systems such as religions, philosophy, science, mysticism, and psychology have attempted to explain who we are in their own unique ways. Some religions teach that everything about us was decided before we even came into the world. It was meant for me to be born into my family. It was meant for me to leave Iran, to come to Canada, and to become a therapist. I simply followed my destiny. However, some others believe in karmic factors, that who I am today is based on my past life actions. In Western culture, there is a strong emphasis on the choices we make in our lives. These choices have a significant impact on who we become. For instance, if someone is homeless and struggling financially, some may believe it's because they have chosen to live that way. According to this view, they could change the situation if they want to. However, it's essential to consider whether it's truly that simple. There are often complex factors at play, including systemic issues, mental health challenges, and limited access to resources. Overcoming these obstacles is not always as simple as making a choice. It often takes help, resources, and sometimes even changes in the way society works to give people a real chance to get better. So, while personal choices do play a role, it's just one piece of a much larger puzzle. Some schools of psychology focus on our genetic factors, nature, while others look at our upbringing, especially our family of origin, our culture, and any past unfortunate events as major factors of who we become, nurture. Some of these schools even go as far as blaming our mothers' or fathers' attitudes and contributions to our personality and our struggles in life. Blaming others or specific events for the challenges we face, in fact, is a common human tendency. But what about luck? Is there such a thing as luck that happens without any actions or decision on our part? Decision-making involves choosing one option or course of action from among different possibilities. It's a fundamental process in our daily lives. In fact, studies suggest that an average adult makes around 35,000 decisions each day. This includes both big decisions such as career choices or our partners, and smaller ones, such as what to eat for breakfast or what to wear every day. It's a fascinating aspect of how our mind works. In this book, Zarathustra, who lived about 5,000 years ago in Persia, modern-day Iran, will be explored. Needless to say, the name officially changed from Persia to Iran in 1935. During his time, it was believed that human lives and destinies were in the hands of many gods and goddesses. Before him, people worshipped different deities for rain, prosperity, health, sunshine, earthquake, and floods. Zarathustra challenged the old traditions of the Indo-European religions practiced before him, creating an awareness and movement that eventually became the dominant religion in Persia. Under the influence of Zarathustra's teaching, people began to see humans as masters of their own destinies and choices, rather than being subject to supernatural forces. Zarathustra lived in a time when most people had very few choices and options. Unless they were among the fortunate few, they faced difficult lives, feeling trapped in their own bodies, minds, in slavery, and at the mercy of fate. Essentially, they had little control over their circumstances. The idea of having a will in shaping their own future didn't even occur to them. Then came Zarathustra, who introduced the concept of choice to humanity. It was a completely new idea, and it sparked a revolution in their way of thinking. According to Zarathustra's perspective, every individual, regardless of gender, ethnicity, social class, and belief system, should have the freedom to choose their way of life. This choice must be granted without any force, fear, or coercion. This freedom of choice places the responsibility for one's own happiness and suffering on each person. When Zarathustra talks about being free to choose, what does he truly mean? Are we genuinely as free as he suggests? Or is this freedom to choose more like a starting point that we have to nurture deep within ourselves? The goal of this book is to explore a range of factors and concepts related to our ability as humans to make choices. The main question is whether we really have the freedom to choose in the everyday decisions we all face. Let's explore together and dive into those ideas and factors that might limit us in our decision-making process.